Welcome back to the Youth Academy RTG here on FIFA 21. We are yet again slap bang mid-table, sat in 10th, having not necessarily an overachieving season, but certainly a pretty decent first season at Premier League level. We're not too far away from those bottom sides though, so we are going to have to make sure that we continue to pick up the occasional result. You join us in the January transfer window, and you can see that the only deal done so far was Ruben Vidal-Pereu joining us from Granada. That was done yesterday as we approached the January transfer window. So that, as things stand, is the only bit of business that I'm looking to do in January today. But mainly because I'm waiting for your feedback about other players, and I don't want to jump the gun and sign people if there was some names here that you said that you prefer that I didn't sign. Full disclosure, this is being recorded ahead of time as I'm away on holiday this week. You may even find that some of these videos are spaced 2 days apart rather than every single day. They'll probably be every other day over the course of the week that I'm away. So I'm not able to take your feedback into account for this window because you haven't seen the video where I ask for your feedback yet as I'm recording this. So I will take your feedback on board and we will act on it. It will just happen in the summer rather than in this January transfer window. Of course, we're looking at Golizade, an Iranian regen. We're looking at Corujo, the Luis Suarez regen. Capril, I'm still waiting on a full scout report on, but he's a Giorgio Chiellini regen. And Sandy Righelli is a Samir Handanovic regen. So we're finding some of the best players in Europe being regenerated throughout the course of this save. Of course, we've got our Messi regen, and he's going to start in the starting lineup now at your request. You guys have asked that he gets more first-team football. So, into the starting 11 he comes, and Hefte is going to have to settle for being on the bench and in rotato. We are going to sim this first game against Wolves, so they're currently 17th in the table. You can see their lineup on the left-hand side. Dele Alli in their midfield. It's not the worst team, to be fair. Why they're 17th, I'm not entirely too sure. I think they might well beat us here. We get a draw, thanks to McMullen scoring 7 minutes after they took the lead. So pretty even game, judging by the stats and the possession. Wolves perhaps slightly edged it. Wow, Manchester City 5, Burnley 0 at Turf Moor. That's a trouncing. We've had a bid for our Messi regen, Matias Gonzalez, which we will reject from Nunez. They wanted to take him back to Argentina, but no, he stays here, thank you very much. Now Sheffield, offer for Boutoutal, £15 million from Crystal Palace. We will reject. We need Boutoutal, thank you. So let's sim this game then against Sheffield Wednesday in the FA Cup. The board don't want too much for us in this competition, and to be fair, Rotato should be strong enough to get a result here against Wednesday, and indeed it is. McMullen again on the score sheet in the 25th minute, and we're through to the 4th round of the FA Cup this season, progressing nicely. We had not too much luck in the Carabao Cup. Another loan bid for Matias Gonzalez. I have a funny feeling I may have to block offers on him. Menezes says, thank you for playing well. You kept a clean sheet, pal, so I'm pleased with you for that. So we will go and play Everton, and then we will probably play Arsenal at the end of the month as well. And the next round of the FA Cup will probably be drawn on the 25th. Hopefully it's not against someone that we'd be eager to play against. Hopefully it's against someone that we can sim and easily beat. We'll have to wait and see what the draw says. Bilo in goal for Everton. Matty Cash, Akanji, Ben White and Spinazzola. Allen and Nicolas de la Cruz in midfield with Visca, Fulgini and Jeremy Boga out wide with DCL up top. It's a decent Everton side, that. A really decent Everton side. Mikkel Damsgaard on the bench actually really impressed me for Denmark the other day in their game against Belgium. Actually very much impressed me in that game for Denmark against Belgium. So I hope that he's not too decent if they bring him off the bench. Visca scored against us last time we played Everton though. So we know that he's dangerous. And overall, it's a pretty decent Everton side. They sat around us in the table. So they're having a similar sort of season to us. So on paper, you'd say it's probably going to be a draw. But if we can sneak a single goal victory, then we wouldn't be bad value for it, I don't think. Mulholland forward to Atias, getting his starting spot for the first time in the full 11 at your request. So hopefully he performs for your guys' sake and for our sake and his sake with regards to his future at the club. Were you guys wanting me to really try and make the most of any potential growth we could get out of him in this, our kind of debut Premier League season. We can make the most of his potential this year, then hopefully moving forward, he'll really crack on in future years and won't take too long to become one of the best players in the side. Certainly can be one of the most effective players in the side already with that pace. Just need a little bit more technical ability from him, and he could really stake a claim for that first team spot, despite the fact that Hefte has actually been very good for me. Allen with a shot, Pumphrey closes it down. Everton move the ball about really nicely. Their possession play is particularly good, and a couple of their players have wonderful dribbling ability too. Now Matthias will try and float this if I can. It's hit Spinazzola. Might have come off an arm. It did come off an arm. The referee's pointed to the spot. I'll see a replay. I don't know whether the arm was down by the side or whether the arm was out in front of him with a leg. We'll see here. Yeah, the arm is up. The arm is up and in front of him. It's definitely blocked the cross. It's definitely handball. Well, Matthias earned the pen. Matthias can take the pen. The Messi regen will... Oh, fortuitously score a first goal of the game for us. Keeper went the right way, and I'm not sure about that animation. It's almost like he went to dive at full stretch and then tried to kind of curl up on himself almost. Went at full stretch and then tried to reach back because it wasn't as far into the corner as he was expecting it to be. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. He went, oh no, like goes to dive high and then he's like, oh no, it's lower down, but he's obviously nowhere near it, and actually probably would have been better if he completed his full dive because the ball bent away from him as it was on its way towards goal. Never mind, Matthias has his second goal in the Premier League. He's off the mark for this game. And in his first played game, he has won and scored a penalty. It turns out maybe you guys were absolutely right to push me to put him into the starting lineup. We'll give him the full episode and see if he can continue to have that level of impact on the game. But if he does, stunning decision from you lads. Can't get his head to it. Nicolas de la Cruz into Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Fulgini, Allen, Visca. I narrowed up just to try and force him out wide. Matty Cash down the right-hand side. I got a little bit of stick in the comments, actually, the other day for mentioning that I didn't really rate Matty Cash that highly. Apparently, you guys hold him in higher regard. I apologise for offending some of you with regards to my opinions on football. But it is an opinion game, isn't it? And we're all entitled to them. Thank you for keeping the disagreements respectful. I always enjoy that. The fact that you... Oh, that's a terrible cross. I tried to cross that into Salem and he's kicked it straight at the keeper. I am fortunate to have the majority of you, when it comes to disagreements in the comments, you disagree with each other in a civil manner. Civil manner, which is great. I love that. And if I'm ever to start producing content where I'm talking about real life football and it's sort of heavily opinion based in that regard, I feel like I can safely do that in the knowledge that you guys would be respectful with one another in the comment section and actually understand that other people are entitled to their own opinions too. I rate that. Thank you, lads. We've always tried our hardest to create a positive community here on the Chesmo Gaming channel, and hopefully that's that. Oh, shining through. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has scuffed that in the 49th minute when +1 was all that should have been added on. And Everton are level before the break. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Half an hour to play here. They're making a change already. I don't actually think I need to make one at the moment. Maybe we'll bring Vidal Pereira on. Centre-back Vidal Pereira. Hugo is the centre mid. Ruben is the centre-back. So I shall try and remember to refer to them as Ruben and Hugo in that case, to help you guys decipher between the two of them. I don't know yet if we're going to try and... Like I say, I've recorded ahead, so I don't know if you guys haven't seen it yet where I mention it, but I don't know whether we're going to try and artificially manufacture some sort of relationship between the two of them, whether they're brothers or cousins or something of the like. But certainly, they have the same surname and are both Spanish. And it's not a very common surname either, so I think it's probably safe to say they'd probably be related. Here's Matty Cash over the top looking for Gordon. Anthony Gordon in the box. 3-0 for Brighton against Crystal Palace. And Ruben is in the way there. And now on the counter-attack. Come on, Lucas! What was that, pal? I'll take a touch, but I'll actually just not go after the ball after I've done it. Oh, cheers, Mr. Ball. What are you playing at, Sunshine? Get to this one, can you? No one even let me change player. Oh, my lord. Do not, Everton. Thank you, Pumphrey. Oh, Jesus Christ. Can I have the ball, please? Time I tackle or take a touch, it seems to just fall straight back to Everton. Here's Allen. Could find DCL in the middle. Still going, Allen. And well done, Ruben. Steps in nicely. Hoping to get some good growth from him. Maybe we do the same with him as we are doing with Matias Gonzalez. And it would be harsh on Jenkins to lose that first team spot. But he's not growing much more, Jenkins. And I have a feeling we may have to look to other regens. And to regens in general. To try and fully maximise this team. Salim, nicely. Oh, Mulholland trying to do his best. Bull. Back. Oh, it's meant for Tudor and it's misplaced. 10 minutes to go. It's been all action in this second half. He should have just run off with it there, Fulgini. He was clean through. But genuinely, I know we've gotten a couple already, but we may end up... In fact, that may be the way that I look to take it. I might actually purposefully look for a handful more regens and see if we can't build a regen FC, perhaps, at this stage of the save. That could really take us on to the very next level, the very top level of players that would all have mid to late 80s potential, and we could have the most monstrous of squads come the end of, say, Season 6, or maybe into the start of Season 7, and Vermeulen got a hand to that. That is a wonderful save to keep it at 1-1. Let's go and make that save even more vital by going and scoring a second ourselves. Bull is out on this far side. Take a touch, drive inside, bury it, please. Yes, Lucas! Let's go! What a save by Vermeulen at the other end to tip that onto the post, and we have made it worthwhile even more so. So excited, I've disconnected my controller. Well then, we deny Everton a 2-1 lead at the other end and steal all 3 points at the other. Lucas Bull played in. That left foot works wonders for us again. We certainly don't need a left side of midfield regen because Lucas Bull is too good himself. 87 rated already, about where most of these regens are going to get to by the end of their careers. Keeper can only stand and stare at it, and we lead by 2-1 with moments to go. You might have scored your equaliser well past stoppage time, Everton, so you don't necessarily deserve to have that goal. You shouldn't have had the time and the opportunity to create it. We deserve the 3 points. We're going to get the 3 points. Vermeulen, you hero. Absolutely spectacular save to deny Everton the game-winning goal, and we go and get it ourselves on the counter-attack from that moment. Honestly, what a save by Vermeulen. Cracking piece of goalkeeping, and we will take all 3 points from that. Huge result for us as well with the league table, because Everton were just behind us, and that will pull us well away from them. We are 9th in the table now, and, well, a long way further and further away from the European spots, which we're not really concerning ourselves about. We're only 3 points above Crystal Palace in 14th. It's particularly tight in the middle of the table. Watford look doomed. Fulham and Wolves are fighting it out between themselves. Burnley and probably West Brom, although West Brom and Leeds both have a game in hand as well. But if it's against each other, which it may well be, or even against Spurs or Chelsea, then they don't look like they're going to be pulling too far away from the relegation zone. Up next for us was Crystal Palace, actually. And we'll go and simulate that now, and then we'll play Arsenal afterwards. Here we are against Crystal Palace. We've been very lucky that the next round of the FA Cup has been drawn, and we've gotten Northampton. So that is easily a winnable game for Rotato, and that suits this fixture list absolutely perfectly. I am going to give Ruben Vidal-Pereiro the chance in the starting lineup the same way that we are Matias Gonzalez. So Jenkins has been, for the time being at least, dropped to Rotato. But Rotato looks pretty strong at the minute, doesn't it? Rotato looks like a decent enough side anyway for a team that's just come up from the Championship. And it's a side that's good enough to get a 2-2 draw against Crystal Palace, with Salem getting one and Hefte getting an equaliser, or a second equaliser as it happens, in the 84th minute after James Ward-Prowse gave them the lead. So a point against Crystal Palace is a decent result. Now we have to go and play Arsenal and hope that we can get a result there. A transfer for Menezes, which is intriguing. From Spurs as well. Not sure about that. Not sure about that. We have that potential Samir Handanovic regen that if you want me to go and sign him in the summer, I will do, and that would be replacing Menezes. Gonzalez, a bid for Matias again. No, stop trying to loan him. He's not going anywhere. He's now in my starting lineup. Thank you very much. Here we go then. Arsenal travelling to us. Adrien Semper in goal. I don't recognise that name. Verissimo alongside Robin Koch. Benassa and Palhinha in the midfield. Asay Tutu, Maddison and Guedes with Balogun up top. Arsenal have fielded a weak side there. They've fielded a weak side. There's no other way to look at it, really. James Maddison played against us last time we played Arsenal and was very good. But that is 100% a weak Arsenal team to play against us here. We hopefully will make them pay for not taking us seriously. Matthias, so far, making a good impression. Hopefully he can continue to do so. We'll fire this through to Tudor and then around the corner to Salem. I was going to double check actually his goal return, wasn't I? Samar Salem. He's actually, I don't think, as bad as I initially thought he might have been with regards to his return. He's probably, especially considering you factor in simmed games as well, he probably scores quite a few goals from sims. I think he's offside there, Guedes, he is. So Salem is certainly contributing, but Tudor is absolutely the main man this year for the first time in this save. Varling into Salem. Tudor's there. Across to McMullen. Look at Matthias, he's drifted very central. Salem looking for Tudor, can't get it to him. It's fallen nicely for Mulholland. Here's Lucas Bull. Around the corner is McMullen. And I see Salem at the back post. Now, can he challenge for that header? He definitely can. How the defender didn't go for it himself, I'm not sure. Maybe he just wasn't aware. Oh, he did go for it. He just got nowhere near it. And Salem's so close to giving us a 1-0 lead. I'll give him his due, Salem. He is always devoted to ensuring he gets on the end of crosses like that. He will put himself right in danger's way to try and give his all for the team. Sometimes it comes off, sometimes it doesn't. Oh, hello, that's a bit of a fancy pass. And unfortunately on that occasion, it didn't. Asay Tutu is in behind here. Oh, and he's bounced off Lazovic and he's got options in the middle. And he's turned well, but he's going to need support. He's got it here from Max Aarons. Fancy flick. Sold Lazovic. Benassa. Balogun. And away. Good strength shown by the defender. Win this, Samar. Oh, he nearly did, you know, lift it. You're onside, Matthias. Keep that in, keep that in, keep it. Good lad. Tudor's arriving. Oh, pull it back for Samar. No, it's gone to Benassa. Balls. Guerrero down the line to Guedes. Trying to catch him up with my defenders. I just can't get near him. He's too quick for me, Gonçalo Guedes. Vermaelen does make the near post save, though, which is very pleasing. Just thumped. That didn't even look like Arteta, did it? Benassa, Guerrero. It took me by surprise. I was like, is that Arteta? And I had to stop and think for a minute. Think, was Arteta sacked? Has he lost his job at Arsenal? He hasn't, has he? Arteta's still there. It just 100% didn't look like him. Go on, Summer, get there. Oh, half an hour played. It's a tight game against Arsenal, but we've probably come closest to a goal so far. That was a good chance for them. Oh, no. Ah. Could just see it open up for Balogun in the middle there, and I tried to react and draw the defender across, but I couldn't get to him in time. Arsenal lead by a goal to 0. Mulholland to Tudor. He's actually been pretty quiet today, hasn't he, Damian? Not had the chance to really make a claim for himself in today's episode. Guerrero back to Guedes. And Palhinha over the top to try and get there with Varling. Gonçalo Guedes, it's just been so fast. And Varling, who's no slouch, by the way, 86 plus pace, he just can't deal with him. Guedes is just impossible to try and keep hold of. Maddison stepped away. Asay Tutu's going to score a second for Arsenal. But the lineman's flag's up. I just saw it at the top of my screen. The linesman had his flag up when Asay Tutu was offside. It must have been very tight. Must have been very tight. I mean, he's on. Do the AI officials make mistakes? I mean, he's on there, isn't he? Half of his foot was perhaps the other side of the line. Maybe the line just wasn't drawn in the right place. Because it did look like his back foot was further towards the goal than the others. Or than the others. As if he's got more than 2 feet. Than the rest of his body. Oh, it's a fucking terrible pass, Chez. So maybe he was off, and that leg/foot was off. It's just that the line was drawn in the wrong place. That's controversial, contentious. Arsenal in again. Aaron's into the middle. Pumphrey just gets there, and that hopefully will round out the half. Referee, please. No. 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 No, Vermeulen! What's happened there? He's dived over the top of the ball! I've never seen a keeper do that before. What is that? Oh my lord! Speechless. That's left me speechless. He makes the most unbelievable save against Everton to keep us in it, and then makes that mistake to most probably lose us the game against Arsenal. God, dearie me. Having to hold my tongue here. Mullen forward to Mulholland. Look at Salem, itching to get in behind. And in behind he is. Nod that on in front of yourself, sir. And through this gap is Matias. And Matias can't find the back of the net or even get the shot away properly. Really well defended by Arsenal. I wish I could say the same for us for the majority of this season. Occasionally we really have been shown up, either for our lack of talent with the players that I've got, or my lack of talent as a FIFA player. Sometimes, it doesn't matter how long you play at something, you just don't get any better. As I don't play on the lower difficulty settings anymore like I did when I first started playing FIFA, but I have a funny feeling I've either reached my skill ceiling or I'm... Oh, come on! Oh! Either reached my skill ceiling or I've gotten into so many bad habits over the years, I quite simply can't get out of them. But, oh, that's so frustrating. He's just taken a touch, and by the time he's taken his first touch, Balogun has put the tackle in and I can't move anywhere else, and I've lost possession. Arsenal 3. What is that, Lucas? Arsenal 3. He's my 87 rated player as well. That's not even me or a low rated player. That's just pure shit from Lucas Bull. Well, I may even... Yeah, I didn't get the chance to say Arsenal 3, Barrow 0 previously. I very nearly had to say Arsenal 4, Barrow 0. Thankfully, I don't have to. Yet, at least. 3-0. We trail here at home against Arsenal. And this, whoa, is particularly annoying, to say the least. But Lazovic is in behind Robin Koch. And will stand it up into the middle. And Mulholland does get to it. And that hit the post on its way wide. I didn't think he stood any chance of getting to it. And if it's a free header, he probably buries it. But you'll see here. So you won't see because Max Aarons is in the way. But they did mention it in commentary. And I felt my controller vibrate. It definitely hit the post on the way wide there. That was Balogun going off. And who are they bringing on in his place? Lacina Traore. Okay, fair enough. Still 3-0, 22 minutes to go. Things might have been going well for us in the FA Cup, but we still don't have enough to challenge the big sides in the division, but we didn't think we would do at the beginning of this season anyway, because we're newly promoted from the Championship. So it is how it should be, but that doesn't make it any less frustrating when you're not good enough. I'll lay that to Mulholland. Okay, I won't lay that to Mulholland. Oh, tackle the man. He still stumbles and gets the ball first before I can. Right, finally, a bit of good luck. A bit of good fortune. Varling down there to Matias Gonzalez. Can he pull it back to a teammate? He can't even get past the first fucking defender. Brilliant. 3 minutes to go. And we are getting battered here by Arsenal. Absolutely pushed, brushed, swept past. I just cannot deal with Arsenal Football Club right now. I genuinely thought at the beginning of the game that it was an under-talented Arsenal side, that they certainly hadn't put out their strongest 11, but it turns out they absolutely didn't need to. Oh, that was just a stark reminder that there is still a long way to go for us in this save. A long way to go. But that's part of the journey of an RTG, is starting at the bottom and working your way to the top. We're not anywhere near the top yet, but we can go on a decent FA Cup run. We will try and, well, we should certainly see off the threat of Northampton here, which we do by 2-0. Salem and Bull with the goals. Thank you very much. We're through to the 5th round of the FA Cup, and if we get a decent draw again... Finally, Vidal Pereira has changed to a centre mid. Hugo, that is. Still 76 rated, but now we can... Still 17 weeks to train fucking anywhere. Alright, well, his passing stats are the ones that could probably do with the work more so than anything else. Although his defensive stats could do with some improvement as well. Well, let's see what we can do with Vidal Pereira still then. And, hey, shock horror, we are 10th. I'm getting a bit bored of being 10th in the league. Oh, I can't be bothered to do this just before transfer deadline day. Let's just sim that one training session and get it... Oh, and the resultant second training session and get ourselves to transfer deadline day. You'll notice I've got some more scout reports back. We shall have a look at these players and see if they're any good. They've come from my senior scouts finding promising players. I've also had the full scout report back on the Chiellini regen, and this guy he's not going to be very good. And Chun So Huang went up 2 when I moved him to a winger, so I'm just going to release him because he's going to be rubbish, and I'll just hope that Takehiro Horiuchi actually grows somewhat between now and the end of time. But the other newly added players on my shortlist now, Sebastian Roche. I mean, he's all right. I was just kind of scrolling through, and I kind of scouted those that looked like they had decent technical windows. He actually looks like he'd probably be better suited to being a winger because he's got decent ball control, dribbling, crossing, curve, etc. And he's quick. But I've got a Messi regen, so I don't really need a winger. Capriel, this is your Chiellini regen. Physically outstanding, 94 jumping, but he needs that jumping because he's only 5'9". Don't know if I'll actually go for him. Jeremy Vallo. He's just unfortunately turned out to not be very good. Roche, I'll probably end up removing him from my shortlist as well sooner rather than later. Ivan Milic, or Milic. I need to double check his birthday. I am sort of expecting him to be a Luka Modric regen. I need to check his birthday. Wilfred Nonto, centre forward, that looks very tasty. Very tasty. 81 ball control, dribbling and finishing, crucially. And finishing. He looks like a player that I certainly could bring into the side next season. He's just moved to Sevilla, so I won't be able to get him until next season. But potentially better than Corujo. He's not as fast, although he's still quite fast. Just not as good physically, all told. But technically, he has the finishing stat that Corujo doesn't. So maybe he would be better being changed to striker. It's only 5'7", so probably be better suited to a cam. Anyways, passing's not amazing though. If we are thinking about changing to a 4-2-3-1, maybe I do that. Although I've got plenty of, well, too many strikers already at the club if I do switch to a single striker formation. Manuel Galan Alonso Bello, or Bello probably considering he's Spanish. Rapid, agile, good balance. Technically not at it, unfortunately. So he I will remove. Roche I'll leave for now. Let me go and check Milic's birthday. I don't know who Nonto could be a regen on. He probably isn't, to be completely honest. An Italian centre forward. Insigne's a wide player, isn't he? Is the only thing that sprung to mind. But no Italian centre forwards, and his position is just centre forward as well. Let me go and check Milic's birthday, and let's see if that compares to Luka Modric's. Now he's at West Ham, so let's find West Ham. I should have gone the other way, shouldn't I? Right, where are you, sir? Milic. Or Milic. One of the two, one of the two, one of the two. There he is. His birthday is the 9th of September. Now, Luka, when were you born, sir? The 9th of September. A Luka Modric regen. Hello, sir. Right. That's another player that is going to astronomically shoot up in rating. We have ourselves another target for a potential transfer. Regen FC may well be a go. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think, and I will take it from there. Bear with me. I just checked to see if there were any Italian just centre-forward players. there aren't. He's definitely not a regen, Nonto, but he still might be okay. He still might be pretty good. I'll leave it up to you guys. We will act on all of that sort of feedback at the end of the season as we head into the summer, but I will finish the transfer window for us here. So Giovanni Lo Celso has literally just moved from Liverpool to Real Madrid. Lodi's just moved from Atletico Madrid to Tottenham. There's that Lo Celso deal. And Boadu has gone to Liverpool for £71.3 million from Crystal Palace. Now, there are some very highly rated players and highly valued players in the Premier League right now in this save. But a handful of the bigger players are already turning into regens, as you have already seen. A Mason bid. Now, I am open to letting Mason go because his overall has peaked, I believe. But again, let me know your feedback on basically the whole squad throughout the course of the remainder of this season. And we will decide what we're going to do with some of those fringe players. It might be a case of moving people on that have kind of peaked mid-70s and looking to replace them with regens. Players that are actually going to be that next level. We've kind of used the Youth Academy to get us, or rephrase, we've used our own Youth Academy to get us to this level. We may need to utilise other teams' Youth Academies to get us to the next level. On the end of transfer deadline day, £862 million has been spent. The biggest deals in the Premier League. Scherzer and Maximovic into Arsenal. I'll just quite simply scroll, I think, rather than going through it team by team like we usually do. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying this save, of course. Let me know your feedback continually in the comment section. And like I say, when I get back from holiday, we will take on board all of that feedback. I absolutely will not start the new season until I've seen all of the comments on all of the videos that we've been putting out over this past week or so. Man United doing a little bit of business. Soler leaving Newcastle, actually. He was decent against us the other day when we played Newcastle. We did come away with a win in that game. Lodi to Tottenham, as you saw, for 72 odd million pounds. So Pinto Leite is obviously a free or a loan or a pre-contract. But that is the overall Premier League transfer window. And the biggest deals in this January window have been not that big, actually, to be completely honest. Houssem Aouar from Milan to Villarreal is the biggest deal in January. Lodi we saw, Lo Celso and Boadu we saw as well. Kudus went through in September, so that would have gone through on January the 1st. That's to Manchester United. Brilliant. Paulo Dybala has gone to Real Madrid. Tammy Abraham to Valencia. Dennis Zakaria to Manchester United. Giovanni Reina has finally left Dortmund and gone to AC Milan. He's 84 rated in this save now. Carlos Soler has gone to Bayern. That's where he ended up. There was another September one there, was it? Jonathan Okone. Nothing spectacular. Palacios. To be fair, we're not going to see much spectacular deals down here. Just the 50 odd million pounds. Jeff Reina, Adelaide, former Arsenal youngster to West Ham, and that's as far down as I can go. So that is where we will end the January transfer window. I don't think the FA Cup has been drawn yet. Transfer window closed. I don't think it's been drawn yet. This guy's not going to grow into anything. 77 to 91. His potential window was closed, though, a little bit higher. But I just don't see it. One final youth squad. Well, Jesus, this episode just won't end, will it? I don't think, actually, we're going to see anything in here. Oh, I was really hoping that we could get like a Heung-min Son-esque player from South Korea, or someone like a Shinji Kagawa from Japan, but it really doesn't look like it's going to happen, which is a real shame. Never mind. Right, are we still 10th? No, we're 11th now. We've got a game in hand. We can go back 10th. We are, well, I hesitate to say comfortably. 13 points above the relegation zone. It's probably comfortable enough, isn't it? And we are 10 points behind Arsenal in 5th. But go on an FA Cup run, and you never know what might happen. You never know what might happen. We're already in the 5th round, so things are progressing nicely, actually, in the FA Cup. And the draw hasn't been made yet for the next round. Let's have a quick look. Emirates FA Cup. Probably some replays to be played. Yes. Accrington took Manchester City. Go on, Aki Stanley, to a replay. Birmingham took Sheffield United to a replay, and Everton took Manchester United to a replay. So We will play either Burnley, Oxford would be great. If we can get Oxford, they took Stoke out of the equation. Aston Villa's probably a winnable game. Liverpool, Bristol City is a winnable game. Newcastle's a winnable game. Blackburn's a winnable game. Brighton, West Brom, Coventry, Preston. We might get lucky again in the 5th round with our draw. And an FA Cup run really could be on the cards. That is going to do us for today's episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Do drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Let me know about all of that regen feedback, because we could really transform the side moving forward. It could have a massive impact on the projections and the trajectory this side goes on. We might well be very, very good next year. I'll see you later.